To fix the camera. Oh, there we go. What is up? I haven't gone live on this channel in a very long time. Tiffany brought it up today and was like, Ryan, you should probably start going live again. So I said, okay, I'll just do it. We'll see what happens. So we'll see if any of my old crew gets on here from way back in the day. What's up, Bike Pearl, B-I-K Pearl? What is up? So I just thought, haven't gone live in a really long time. I thought I would give you guys kind of an update on what's been going on with me, with my family. If you guys have questions or anything you want to talk about in the chat, just drop it. And we'll kind of hang out for about 30 minutes until my next meeting, and it'll be awesome. Oh, Uriel. Oh, what's up? So Black Pearl, that's what it is. Okay, awesome. What's up, Uriel? I miss you. Haven't seen you at the range in a long time. Hope you're doing good. So we talked like way back in the day when I was still doing live streams a lot. We talked about how Tiff and I really felt called to become foster parents. So we did. And like me and Tiff always do, we are very eccentric in everything that we do. So our first foster daughter we got was 16 years old. I can't say their names, but 16 years old, and she had a 8-month-old son. So we took both of them. And then literally like a week and a half later, we got a call for a little girl named Clover. I can say her name because we actually have adopted her now. And she was a newborn. We picked her up at the hospital. Which was scary, stressful, awesome at the same time. So we had Celeste and Jesus for a year, and then they got reunited with their mom. And then we've had a bunch of other foster kids ever since then, which has been awesome. We had 2 little girls who were 3 and 4. We had got 2 girls who were 4 and 5 when we got them. They're now 5 and 6, and we've had them for almost a year. And then we have an 8-year-old boy now and a bunch of other stuff. So yeah, super cool. Yes, I know, Uriel, you were there like when we were going through all that stress with the parents and stuff during the termination of parental rights trial. But yes, we did adopt her. We adopted her on October 7th. It was so awesome, so cool that she's ours. They can't take her no matter what. In fact, the other day I was holding her yesterday morning, and I noticed she had a little bruise on her leg. And I was like, oh gosh, now I have to like explain to the state why she has a bruise, because that's what you have to do with foster care. And then I realized we don't actually have to do that anymore. She's ours. They can't take her away anymore. So it's been pretty awesome. Uriel, how have you been? What kind of guns have you been buying? Have you been doing any shooting lately? What's up, man? What's up, Matthew? What's up, man? Glad to see you live. What's your current EDC gun? I've actually been carrying a SIG P365 XL. Really like it. Easy to carry. Was carrying the Glock 19 for a long time, but it was just getting too heavy and too hard on my back. Why don't you guys all drop what's your concealed carry gun in the comments? What kind of holster are you carrying? All that cool stuff. Okay, are you using, yeah, Matt, I'm using a tier 1 concealment. I think it's called an Access Elite Slim holster. To be honest, I've owned a lot of holsters. I gave away probably 100 plus holsters to a gun store because I was like, dude, I don't need these anymore. But yeah, I really love the tier 1 concealment. It's amazing. Sean Lewis, awesome. The Lord called you guys to that. I'm glad you guys are okay. Sean, are you the Sean Lewis from the gun store days? Is that you? Or is this a different Sean Lewis? Okay, my EDC gun is an X Macro. Pretty awesome. That's one gun that I really want, but I don't have yet. Sean, that's so crazy, bro. Like, I haven't seen you in a long time, man. So Sean used to come hang out at my gun store all the time. Underwater welder, like super cool guy. So great to see you, buddy. I hope you're doing good. I think last time we talked, you were just going to get remarried. How's that going? Okay, so I'm actually looking to get that VP, okay, that you showed me in your last short. Okay, cool. Is that the VP9 or the VP9 SK, the small compact one? What's up, people? Glock 26 here. It's the best I've owned. Okay, cool. I've also got a Springfield Hellcat that I haven't shot yet. Okay. So Matt, am I still running the blood red color? No, I actually got it's like a light gray, but it's got the pink like tether cord. Just to be different. I don't know. I like it. Okay, I carry the Smith & Wesson Equalizer. Very cool gun. Streamlight, TLR 8. Just can't seem to find a holster. Yeah, sometimes when you buy those types of guns, especially when you get into a light laser combo, man, it gets tough to find holsters. To be honest, Charles, the way that I do it is I will find the holster that I want first. Then I'll backtrack and I'll say, okay, this is the gun I have. These are the holster options and what light laser combos are available. And then I'll sometimes choose my light laser combo based on what's available. Okay, 9 fingers, still remarried, moved to Hanover, 18's house, about to have 18 grandkids. Oh my gosh, Sean, that's crazy, bro. Okay, Shadow Systems, MR920, alien gear holster, very cool. I have made so many mistakes with Glocks. Like, before I really knew about Shadow Systems, I was buying these Glock 19s and then I was like heavily modifying them. And I mean, it's crazy the amount of money that I've spent. It's embarrassing. I probably shouldn't tell you guys. Dude, I have Glocks that I've spent like $3,000 on. Buying new slides, new barrels, and doing frame modifications, all this stuff. It was such a waste of money. It was such a waste. I should have just bought a Shadow Systems. You can literally buy it and everything is already done and you pay like $800. But you live and you learn, I guess. What about ARs? Anybody got any cool ARs lately? Okay, opinions on 911s. Also a recommendation for level 2 outside the waistband holsters under $100. Honestly, I can't really help you with an outside the waistband holster. You know, the one that I have is a G code, I believe. So G code, Safariland. I probably wouldn't recommend like a Blackhawk. But those, you know, it's just not common. I bought like my combat belt setup. I built that with mostly G-code stuff, I think. And yeah, I mean, once you build it, it's not something you buy a lot. So, all right, Matt, I just bought a BCM 14.5. Yeah, BCM is super, super awesome. Love them. All right, shoot me a self-defense question. And then I got a story, a shocking story, a crazy story that happened to me. I had to call the police today because of a crazy comment that somebody made. Drop your self-defense question in here and we'll talk about it. Break down a story or a scenario. This comment stopped working. They were working. Okay, can you guys still hear me? Can you see me? Are the comments working or did it just get shut off somehow? Nothing. Okay, they're still there. How much do I know about Michigan gun laws? Very little, like slim to none. So most of my knowledge is just in Florida. I do know that I was planning to bring a gun to Michigan. No, that was Minnesota. I was thinking about bringing a gun to Minnesota and realized you guys have extremely complex gun laws and I'm just not going to do it. So I didn't do it. All right, so EDC Tactical Solution says, if I get assaulted while concealed carrying and they take my firearm, how can I legally protect myself better? So there's a couple different things here. Like if you're walking down the street and you end up getting into an argument with somebody, that argument escalates, turns into a physical altercation, and then during that altercation, that bad guy, you know, is trying to reach for your gun. I think that's kind of what you're talking about. I'd say the first thing is we have to understand that it is our responsibility to avoid these situations as much as possible, right? Like real strength, to be honest, I used to think that real strength was I'll be tougher, I'll be meaner, I'll be more violent than you. Like that's how I'll show my strength. That's not it. In my opinion, the real strength is knowing I'm just not interested, right? Like just have a nice day, sir, and then we'll just move on. In fact, I'll just share this example with you. I got in a car accident a couple days ago, maybe it was Friday or Thursday, but I'm driving down a road, a 2-lane road, and this truck is coming towards me. And as he was coming towards me, I was like, man, he's getting kind of close to that center line. But then right when we were passing, he moved into the center line and our mirrors hit. So my mirror hit his and it actually shattered my mirror. I pulled up, we both stopped, we backed up and I, looked at him and the man didn't say anything. The woman was in the passenger seat. I assume it's a wife or a girlfriend. And she said, everything's okay, you're fine. And I said, well, my mirror is cracked, it's shattered. And she goes, you're okay, it's all good. And I said, I was a little offended, to be honest. And I said, so my vehicle is damaged, yours is not, but it's okay. Like that seems a little rude to me, right? And the man was silent. Now I'm furious, right? My car's damaged. I know it's gonna cost me hundreds, if not thousands of dollars to fix. So I pulled up my phone real quick and I was like, okay, what's it gonna cost me to get a new mirror? And I started going through the options real quick of how I could handle this. I could call the cops, right? Everybody drop in the comments. I can call the cops. I could file a police report, an insurance claim. I'm gonna have to pay a deductible anyway, so I'm gonna come out of my pocket. I could get out of the vehicle and say, hand me this money right now. Like I found out the mirror cost me $400. Give me the $400, right now, and I could escalate it and we can all be stressed. Or I can just say, let's just move on, right? Like we're not going to get anywhere with this. This guy has a huge attitude. He's ready for a fight. I could see it. And I just said, hey guys, the mirror's going to cost $400. That was their opportunity. If they were good people, they would have just said, no problem, we'll pay for the mirror. But they didn't. So I said, hey, I just want to let you know, Jesus loves you very much and have a blessed day. And then we drove away because it's pointless. Because I don't want to get into a huge argument and fight with this guy on the side of the road over nothing. Literally no value is going to come over this fight. Does that make sense to you guys? Does anybody agree with this or disagree? Like it would have just been an epic waste of time for me to get in an argument with this guy. So that's the number one way that we avoid these types of situations. Sometimes you can't avoid it. Sometimes the bad guy just wants to get into that fight or argument and it gets physical. Now, if you're in that physical fight, your number one responsibility is to retain possession of that gun. Also remember, just because you're in a physical altercation, you do not have the right to use or threaten the use of deadly force just because you're in a fight. However, I do believe that would absolutely change if the bad guy begins reaching for your gun. If they're beginning to reach for your gun or trying to reach for your gun, and I'm not talking about like as you're fighting, maybe he accidentally hit your gun. I mean, like he's reaching for it and you're having a fight to retain it. I think that line has been crossed where now you do have a reasonable belief of imminent death, great bodily harm, or a forcible felony. I do believe the use of deadly force is immediately necessary, and the use of the gun would 100% be justified, in my opinion. So yeah, how do you handle it better? You try to avoid it. If you can't avoid it, you try to de-escalate it, right? And you just own up. There's no point to argue. You just move on. And if you can't do either of those two things, I think you have to have a very clear understanding of where that line in the sand is. That thing that once the bad guy crosses that line, then you have no other option but to pull out that gun and use deadly force. All right, so Nick says, hey, Tampa, I really just watch your YouTube shows. Then I didn't see him pop up for me anymore. Did you stop doing the show? I just got lucky to catch this live stream. Yeah, Nick, bro, I haven't done a live stream on this channel in 3 years. 3 years, maybe. Actually, Uriel would know better than me, actually. She used to watch me all the time. She knows exactly when I stopped. A lot of people have asked why I stopped. I stopped for a lot of reasons. I stopped because, number one, it was getting pretty intense. The comments that we were getting are kind of crazy. Like, I think that there's a lot of great, amazing gun owners out there. Man, there's also some people that are real nutcases. So the comments were getting a little intense. People were threatening to kill me and my family. I had people showing up at my house. Now, thankfully, the people showing up at my house were all positive. They were fans, and they're like, hey, I just wanted to meet you in person. And I'm like, this is wildly inappropriate. While if you see me in public, it's totally okay to come say, talk to me, interrupt me, whatever. That's totally okay. Knocking on my front door, would you guys agree? Just tell me in the comments. Is that okay to do, or is that not okay to do? I do not believe it is okay. So that stuff was just happening a lot, and it was just annoying me. So, and then we became foster parents. And because we were moving into that new kind of realm as foster parents, we were really just focusing on that. So yeah, now we've been in the foster care zone. I have 7 children right now in my house. And we're in the zone with that. We really love it. It's something God's really called us to do. So it's been amazing. Yeah. So now, I think you guys noticed I started posting videos on the Tampa Carry channel again on Facebook. I'm going to start doing these live streams. I might do them once a day for a little bit, just so that everybody knows I do them again. And then we'll go back to once a week. I don't really know. I don't have a plan right now, to be honest. I'll tell you guys about a comment. That's a shame. Congrats, addition of family. God bless. Thanks, Nick. Yeah, we got this dude sent a comment today that is so nuts. It's so nuts. It's just, I had to call the police over it and file a police report, and we might file a restraining order. I don't really know yet. But I can't even read the whole thing on live because I'm trying to pull it up right now because it's so inappropriate. But the guy basically, we posted a video last week, and the guy responds and he says, I love knives. That way you can cut someone in the right place and see their blank drain out of their eyes as they blank. And we were like, what does that mean? Is this guy threatening us? Is he is he confessing to a crime that he committed? We're just not really sure. So Tiff responded to the guy and said, what is this supposed to mean? Right? Why would you send this to me? It just doesn't make any sense. So then the guy replied at 11 a.m. this morning. He says, when you cut someone's, and they start bleeding out, you see the blank drain out of their eyes. You should try it and then you'll know. Bro, this is insanity, right? That's the kind of stuff that we have to deal with when you start posting videos on the internet, is that you attract great people. There's 24 great people on here, right? So you attract some great people, but man, the crazies, they just come out of nowhere. And because they watch your videos, I don't know, maybe they feel like I don't know. They just think that they can send this stuff, and it's just ludicrous to me. So anyway, that comment today makes me feel like maybe I don't want to post these videos anymore. I don't know. So just a psycho crazy. And in fact, let's just talk about it. These are the people. This is why when you get into that verbal altercation with somebody, or you see a verbal altercation about to happen, this is why you owe it to yourself and your family to walk away. Because a person like this, me and Tiff were looking at this guy's Facebook page. I don't even know how a Facebook page like this is allowed to exist. He has so much demonic stuff on it. But this is the kind of guy, you might get into a small little altercation. This guy finds out where you live, follows you, finds you at work, whatever, and he does horrific things to you, all out of spite because of a tiny little argument. In fact, do you guys want to hear a story that I just learned about today? One of my students in my Conceal Carry class today, she said that her father-in-law was just unalived. So the father-in-law has a stepson who's 28 years old. The father-in-law and the mother got into a little verbal argument, not a big argument, not people are getting hit, no weapons, nothing, just a verbal argument. And as they're arguing, the 28-year-old stepson goes into the kitchen and according to the prosecutors, grabbed the largest knife that he could find, and he ran up to the stepdad, stuck the stepdad right here, and the stepdad passed away. And this 28-year-old kid just, whatever. You were arguing with my mom, and I have a right to do that to you. Like, this is the craziness of society and people that are just completely losing control. So anyway, Frontline says, where's a good outdoor range to shoot steel in the Tampa Bay area? I don't know, because we built our own range. So I haven't been to a lot of ranges, but there's only a couple outdoor ranges. Fishhawk Sporting Clays, Guncraft, Wyoming Antelope Club, Dade City Gun Range. There's the Mayaca City Gun Range that has some steel, or they used to back in the day. James Dowler, awesome. Good to see you, buddy. James is an amazing firearms instructor in Clearwater. So if you guys need a gun instructor or you live in Clearwater looking for an awesome gun instructor, he's definitely your man. Yeah, crazy stuff, bro. Wyoming Antelope Club is definitely very good. I don't know if they have steel, though. If you join their action pistol shooting team, I think then you can shoot steel, but I think their public, just normal line, I don't think has any steel, but you'll just have to research that. Any other questions? Any other awesome stuff happening? James, what's been going on with you, buddy? There's always these awkward moments that you got to wait for a comment to come through. Let's see, what else happened today? Went to the range, had a bunch of students, really good students. Okay, Matthew says, what's a good EDC belt? Okay, I typically only wear the Core Essentials gun belts. Absolutely love them.
I'll go get me a.
Okay. Yeah, Core Essentials gun belts is what I've always used. And you know what's funny? I was looking at my Core Essentials belt that I'm pretty sure I got in 2020. The thing still looks pretty new, and I've worn it every single day since 2020. I'm a pretty simple dude, right? So I'm not somebody that has 5 different belts. I just have one. Yeah, just breaking the ice. Weird question, I know. Yeah, no, it's cool, Matt. Yeah, so anyway, people are just nuts. We're excited to start doing these live streams again and see what's been going on. Anything else? Any other questions? All right, Sean Pusher, happy to see you again. We've missed you and Tiff. Not a psycho, to be fair. That's what psycho would say. Okay, I'm not a psycho, to be fair. All right, once you buy a good EDC belt, you never have to buy another one. True. Still doing classes every weekend. Awesome, James. Okay, Miguel, I have a couple of friends and family that want to train and learn how to use the tools better. Cool. Do you do classes? If so, how can we sign up? Yeah, Miguel, just go to tampacarry.com and we've got a bunch of different classes available, or you can send us an email and we can kind of walk you through what classes we think would be best based on your current skill set or the skill set of your family. Okay, so Uriel says, so Black Pearl, I want to finally buy my AR for Christmas. Cool. Need suggestions on what to buy. Yeah, the big thing with an AR is not ARs are made equally. They all look the same, but they are definitely not the same. So buy something that's good quality. In my opinion, you really need to spend about $1,000. But for an entry-level gun, a Core 15, very good high quality, chrome moly palladium barrel. It's made out of 70-75 aircraft grade aluminum. Make sure it has a free float handguard so you don't have to spend a bunch of money fixing all that later. But about $1,000. So Stag Arms, Core 15, those are 2 really good options. If you're willing to spend a little bit more, like around the $1,400 to $1,500 range, then you can get a BCM, Daniel Defense, something like that. And then the really kind of higher end, I have an LWRC IC SPR, so it's a spiral fluted barrel, really cool. Yeah. All right, good to see you live again. Used to enjoy watching you guys. Hopefully God has continued to bless the both of you and your family, making a comeback. Yeah, we're just posting some stuff. yeah, I mean, we've always still been in business, just tired of all the drama with the internet and all the nonsense. So we kind of backed off a little bit. But now we're posting again. So we'll see what happens. Any crazy people come to my house, I'll just have to let my 14-year-old son after them. He's excited to prove that he's a man. All right, so Matthew says, still have the Warrior Cloud business. Yes, we do. And that's still going pretty strong. Okay, do you train on ARs? We can set that up, Uriel. I don't have like official training, but yes, we do have land that we can do it on and go through that. It would be more private, so it would just be me and you, but yes, we can hook you up with that. We also have, of course, the book that I wrote. I don't have one around me, called AR-15 Secrets, which is a book that I wrote to teach you how to build an AR-15. So anyway, that's on our website. Uriel, you have Tiff's email. Just email her and she can hook you up. Okay, that's awesome, man. Sounds like you're doing great. Glad you and the family are healthy. Yeah, it's super crazy to see the kids growing up. Paisley has her own car now. She bought a Tesla. She paid for herself, which I'm pretty proud of her for doing that. You use Tesla, right? So she's driving by herself. She's able to take the boys to school and cruise around, which is scary and terrifying, to be honest, that she's driving around by herself with the amount of people that run red lights in this area. But yeah, it is. I'm proud of her. She's a really good kid. So one of those steps as a parent that you just kind of have to take, right? Yeah, what's up? Quill Bunny? Coquill Bunny? That's not your real name. I don't think that's your real name. All right, guys. Drop a couple more questions. Thoughts on a Glock Gen 6? Bro, I did not know a Glock Gen 6 existed. Is that a thing? Is that something new coming out? I heard that they were taken away or... Gen 6. Oh my gosh, now I have to buy new guns. Okay, let's see. 1983. Coming out January 20th. Okay, well, let's see what it is. Like, what's so special about this gen? All right, the grip is pretty dope. Front slide serrations, if that's going to be standard. This one, though, oh, that's a V series. This website. Okay, products. Glock Plus. Oh, Tiffany says I was purposely not telling you. Yeah, great. Why can I just not see? Okay, learn more. Here we go. It keeps asking for my date of birth. I don't know why that matters.